Hey, greetings and assalamu alaikum. I'm gonna give some of you all time to get on. Hey, thanks for joining. How are you? So, for those that will be coming on, I am Radia Hutchin, a world traveler having lived in 4 countries. I design programs, products, and provide services that help the body heal. So I wanted to jump on here. It's been a minute. I want to apologize for that. Good. Alhamdulillah. I'm good. I'm glad you're good too. For those of you that don't know anything about Muslims who fast, many of us have different layers of our fasting. And for me, because I'm doing the bulk of I'm doing everything. Assalamu alaikum, ahlan. I'm basically doing everything. A one-woman show. So when Ramadan comes, and especially during the longer days and when it's hotter, and then someone like myself, I'm out and about almost, if not every day, every other day. So that's very taxing on me, in addition to everything else that I'm trying to do during the time of the fasting. So with that being said, I am now just getting back into being acclimated into Ramadan, being gone, post Ramadan. Though, alhamdulillah, and I not boasting or bragging, I did already do my 6 days of Shawwal. But I do intend to incorporate, if not Mondays and Thursdays on a regular basis, one of those days. And the reason I say it like that is because, like I said, it's very taxing on me. It's getting hotter and hotter now. We in Hotlanta, need I say more? So, with that being said, it's really taxing on me. I'm so far behind in everything. Mind you, alhamdulillah, praise God, Allah blessed me with a spot in a spa, and I've been trying to open it. However, the owner is a stickler for going by the book. So I was ready, let me just say, I thought I was ready. But according to what she shared with me for the Georgia Board of, I guess, Aesthetics and having a spa, I was not. So not only does she have things that she wants to have in place because she is the actual owner, but because there are those of us that are renting from her, she is informing us of those things as well, so that should for whatever reason, hey, welcome, should for whatever reason someone from the board comes by, everything and everyone is in accordance with the codes. So I have, I don't know if you all saw it, but I have some specials. This is what I was going to offer last month, but because I couldn't open, it is now going to be for this month. So let's talk about that. So sometimes, going back to, if you've been following me for a minute, I have a girls talk. Hey, thanks for joining. Welcome. So I've shared in the past some things that mothers can do with their daughters to break the ice in talking about becoming a woman. And I did mention like spa treatments and spa time. So that goes right along with one of the specials that I have. So if you're into, steaming, vaginal steaming, yoni steaming, the hip baths. Trying to think of all the phrases everybody uses now to cover all my bases. But anyway, and you like to paint or would like to start the process of painting, and if you like tea, that is a perfect opportunity for a bonding experience for mother and daughter. And it doesn't have to be a pubescent, a child, a girl becoming a woman. It can be, a young lady or a mother, both the mother, you're looking at maybe 3 generations, the mother and daughter, and maybe the daughter has had a daughter or children, so 3 generations in that sense. But any age, the daughter can be of any age, to enjoy this activity. We prefer that the young girl is pubescent, whatever age that is. It varies. Every child is different. We're hearing about girls starting their cycles at 8 years of age. So those of us that are into steaming as practitioners, we feel it's important to cleanse, especially after your cycle, to make sure that all of the toxins have gotten out of the body. So we're offering the V-Steam and the painting and tea for mother and daughter for one price of $50. So you can book that now. You can DM me, because I haven't officially put that on the books just yet. I'm going to do that later on, inshallah, Lord willing. So you can DM me that you would like to go ahead and pay for that special. The spa is located in it's considered Lilburn. I thought it was Stone Mountain or Snellville, but it's Lilburn here in Georgia. So the activity would take place there, and that's again, mother and daughter, $50. So basically $25 for each person, and that is a special because I do not offer it that cheap regularly. It's usually $50 per person. So the next special is perhaps one of you wants to do a body wrap, the other may want to do lasers, lipocavitation to jumpstart weight loss. So and then with that, you also get 10 minutes each on the vibration plate. And for those of you who are not familiar with the vibration plate, it is a full body workout. I've started to incorporate that for myself every day. Well, I skipped yesterday because yesterday was a very long day. But ordinarily I do it at least once a day, 10 minutes. It really is, and I feel it. Every day that I do it, I feel it. It does feel like a real workout, especially if you're doing other things, along with it, like you can squat a little bit. You can use the strings, because they help to resist, help resistance. And so the further you are out on the vibration plate, the more intense the workout, because it's like you're jogging. And though I may be trying to lose a little weight, that's not something you're going to see me doing. I don't like, whether I dress like this or not, running is not something I've ever enjoyed, unless I was playing kickball or something like this. Just to be running, no. Or if I'm running from someone, a dog or something, that's when you catch me running. If anything, I'll do a brisk walk or walking. Walking is the most safest exercise that one can do to make sure that they're not going to injure themselves. So if you're doing that on the vibration plate, trust and believe, it is like you've worked out. So one of you can choose to do either the wrap, or the other person can do the lasers. And then when you finish, like I said, you'll have 10 minutes each on the vibration plate. And that is for mother-daughter for $75. One price for the two of you. So you're looking at $37.50 a person. It's normally never that cheap. So again, if that's something that interests you, then be sure to DM me, or you can wait until later this evening and book it yourself once I actually put it in the books. And then the last one, let me see where I put my stuff. Okay. Alrighty. So I have joined TLC, and we have a weight loss packet, if you will, for those that want to lose weight. I've got a guest. So if you want to lose weight, this is the products that you will get. You can order them from our website. And let me show you what the tea comes in. There's two tea packs in here. Excuse me. I need to get... Oh, it's not... Okay. Hey! Sorry. Thank you. Okay. Alrighty. Sorry about that. I'm trying... Oh, my book. Okay. Cool. I didn't know what it was. So, for those... Not everybody practices their Islam the same as I do. So this does have alcohol in it. So you've seen people, they just take it straight, no problem. Whereas me, I made my tea and I put the resolution drops in my tea. And I want to give you a tip, since it's getting warmer, that we tend to gravitate towards getting things that are going to cool us off, thinking that something like a smoothie, popsicles, ice cold tea, those things would be the things that we would naturally gravitate toward, thinking it's going to cool us off. And that's actually not true. If anything, it shocks your system. It will shock your system. So you do want to drink something warm. You want to drink your tea. You want to drink it warm. And that actually, because it's closer to your body temperature, so it will cause the body to gradually slow down, cool down quicker than your smoothie, your popsicle, your cold iced tea. So FYI, in case you didn't know. And so with drinking the tea, everybody always talks about drinking it with water, but something that a lot of people may not know, the amount of water that one should drink, everybody's different. And because you're losing weight, if you're especially using our product, you're going to lose a pound a day, if not more, depending on your water weight. So you're going to need to take, I don't really like scales, but you're going to need to take your measurements, weigh yourself every day, so you know how much water to drink. So what you're going to do is, whatever your weight is, say you have you're 150 pounds, you're going to divide that in half. And so it's half your body's weight in ounces. So you would then be responsible for drinking 75 ounces of water per day. That does not include this tea. That's in addition to the tea. And then even with that, because you're going to drink this twice a day, some may not need to. And then there's some that are doubling and tripling it. I don't recommend that. But twice a day is sufficient. Actually, yesterday I only had 1 cup of this, and then I do other stuff. So believe me, that's all I needed yesterday. It was the 1 cup. So if you're drinking a cup of tea, now I think this is a 12-ounce cup. So if you're drinking 1 cup, say it's 8 ounces, you're drinking a cup of tea, you want to drink 2 additional cups of water. Half your weight in ounces of water plus 2 additional cups of water. 16 ounces additional. If you're drinking 8, or if you're drinking 16, then it's double. It's 32, like this. And that's to flush out whatever you drank. And that would mean, just like if you're coffee and or a tea drinker, it's 2 additional cups of water, so per cup. So like I said, if you're drinking that twice a day, then you're going to need to and you're drinking 16 ounces, you're going to need to have 32 ounces in addition to the amount of water that you should have daily. And like I said, plus if you're taking advantage and going outdoors and exercising, you're going to dehydrate yourself. So you want to make sure you're staying hydrated. So you may even require even more depending on how you work out. And this is another of the TLC products. What I'm offering is, if you're interested in losing weight in particular, then again, these are the 3 products that come in the kit. I encourage you to get a kit. You can DM me for my link or go to my link tree. It's there. Lose 5 pounds in 5 days. You can click that link and make your order. So if anybody makes this order, I am giving you a free session. You can choose lasers or lipo or the body wrap for free. So so if you are willing to buy a kit, because that's going to help your weight loss as well, and then you want a session with the laser lipo, or if you want cavitation or the body wrap, one of those you get to choose for free, just 1 session. I do have it set up to where you can group it. There's 3, 6, 9, and 12 sessions that you can prepay for if you like. But so I just wanted to come on here and apologize to you all for my absence. I really forgot how much energy that I need to have to be able to function every day when I'm fasting like that. And like I said, I'm going to go back into fasting either Mondays and or Thursdays. I probably will only choose one day because I am out every day, and it just I don't get things done. I get done whatever I'm doing when I'm out, but once I get back, I'm ready to crash. I barely eat. So just wanted to share that with you all. If you have any questions, suggestions, anything like that. So while I wait for for those of you who may have questions or comments, I want to talk briefly. I told you we were talking about steaming as one of the activities mother and daughter can do. You're going to, let me see what I did. This is my van is my second home. I'm in it so much. I don't know what I did. Oh, I can't find it. Wait a minute, here we go. Okay, so this is our panty liners with wings. And this is something that you're going to need after your session when you veggie steam, should you choose that activity, mother-daughter. And I will provide you with one, should you need it after your session. But we also have pads. So you can, again, go click the link in my bio. They're $6 a pack. Or I encourage, because your cycle will change, especially if you're doing both veggie steaming and excuse me, wearing these pads, you are going to have significant changes for the better when you start to do both. So if you're a person who bleeds heavy, cramps a lot, things like this, we do encourage that you wear the panty liners 1 week prior to your cycle to get the body used to the graphene that's the technology that's in the pads, so that you can, see the biggest significant change in your cycle. And then, a lot of ladies like to make sure they're secure in terms of leakage. We have leak protection in our panty liners as well as the pads. So many feel, they're like, I want the biggest thing that you got, because they bleed so heavy that they're changing every hour. Some have told me they wear 2 pads, some wear 1 pad and a tampon. So we want to stop that. And in case you didn't know, the chemicals that are used in making the pads, conventional pads. Hey, welcome. You may have seen in my stories where there's a landfill. So we have found, and do your due diligence to research it for yourself, harmful ingredients in sanitary napkins, where they're actually going to the landfills and using all of that debris, and they're bleaching it. This is why this is why most women, when we would do our demos with them, we ask them what they think it is, and they say it's cotton because it looks white, but it's not. It's recycled bleached trash. And the chemicals that are combined from doing that process is called arsen and furan, and dioxin, and it's more harmful than arsen. So again, do your own due diligence and research that for yourself. So if you're using, I brought that up because if that's what you're accustomed to using, that's what you're using. And also if you're using, well, let me finish this one first. If that's what you're using, those products are designed, those chemicals in particular are designed to make you bleed longer, to make you bleed heavier, to make you have clots, to make you have miscarriages. So to help you to make you get fibroids and endometriosis and things of this nature. So this is why we offer a better alternative. So for those of you who wear tampons, it's even worse. And I know some of you, many of you are aware there's toxic shock involved. Not only that, but our cycle is designed to release toxins. The toxins that we have consumed for the 21 or 28 days or however long in between each cycle you have is designed to release toxins. It's a flow. So think of a tampon as a plug. It is a stopper. I may have more company. Yep. It is designed to plug you up. Okay? Not only is it plugging you up, but it's keeping all those toxins right there in your womb. So no wonder you get fibroids, because it has nowhere to go. Another reason why you get yeast infection, especially if you're wearing tampons, especially if you're wearing these conventional or commercial pads. These ingredients, the way that the pad itself is designed to keep everything inside the pad. So everything that's coming out of you, when you sit down, it's going right back up inside of you, right back inside of you. It's not going anywhere. It's supposed to filter out, but it's not going anywhere. It's going to stay there. So, so there's that. For those, I come across ladies that talk about wearing the cloth pads, that wear the cups, and yet they've also shared with me that they have fibroids or they're heavy bleeders or things of this nature. And so I tell them that's all well and good. However, none of those things help to correct that for you. Hold on one second. I'm here in the van. You all can just put it on the porch for me. Thank you. Yeah, the cups. We have an article where someone had to have their feet amputated because of wearing the cups. So, and I had always felt there wasn't enough long-term information available. Thank you so much. There wasn't enough research about it for me to be comfortable with doing something like that. Not almost. Before I learned about these pads, I was trying to get myself psyched up. I just, as a young girl, friends of mine encouraged me to wear tampons. You too. And it was traumatic for me because they never told me how to do it. And I've made many mistakes trying to use those things, and they were very painful, uncomfortable. So you know what? And so of course that was many moons ago, and I'm thankful to Allah that I decided not to continue to wear them. It was basically about being convenient, and, because when you wear your pads, you got the pad check. You see anything? Because you feel like you're wearing, with those commercial pads, you feel like you're wearing a diaper. So you're like, you see anything? And good, alhamdulillah. And so you don't want to feel like you're wearing a diaper. So yeah, of course you're gonna you want to wear the tampons, convenience, and it's less messy. But and then another thing for me about the cups, I do hijama, cupping. I do dry as well as wet, and I see enough blood, and there's been times in seeing that blood, and I wouldn't say it, but the person that I'm cupping, they're like, oh my God, that smells like period blood, because this is a person that wasn't doing the veggie steaming. They had always, when they had their cycles done, use the commercial pads. And she never told me if she used tampons. She just, feels really, she passed, rahimahullah. So, the things that we do, because I told her that, she had this growth, she had cancer, cervical cancer. Like this, at what point do you say something? You don't let it wait till, if you feel something, it's just me. If you feel something abnormal, I would check it out. Don't just keep waiting, because it's going to keep growing. It grows like a baby. And so much so that I never forget the first time I saw her, I thought she was pregnant. And let's not wait until it gets that bad before we do something about it. And this is why I do these periodic talks that I do, and I'm passionate about it. My mother didn't teach me things, and honestly I don't think she knew things to teach me. It was my best friend's mother that gave me and my best friend a book and said, read it. We read it, and she was like, if you have any questions, I'm here. Well, so you evolve, you get other friends, and I was always the baby among my friends. People would always say of me, I have an old soul. So, and people, when they would find out, they wouldn't know until we go somewhere where an ID is required, and they'll be like, wait a minute, how old are you? And they realize they have to make some accommodations, or that I can't go, kind of thing. So saying that to say, so for those of you that don't know me, I'm an observer. I'm quiet. So I listen to them. And of course, everything that they put out there wasn't good. But what did I know? So there was talk of the tampons, and I won't even talk about some of the other things that these girlfriends of mine were into. Disgusting. But I realize when you don't have guidance, this is the norm. These kinds of things that women engage in, and I may not have known much, but I knew some of those things were how you gonna do anything and you bleeding? But anyway, I digress. I know that may be TMI. And I was trying not to give too much information. But so as much as I can, and I want to encourage you all, because I see some of you all are in the beauty business, health and wellness business. I want to encourage you, if you have not, to sign up. Hey, welcome to sign up. Links in my bio. Jewel Pads, healthypadsplus.com is my actual website, to become a distributor or wholesaler, whichever you decide. And the reason being is because our girls and women need to be educated. If you aren't the one, you as a mother aren't educating your daughters, that they're going to learn from their friends and from the street. And you don't want them to learn that way. That's one thing I'm thankful for, and being guided is, I was able to give my children something that I didn't get from my own mother. Yeah, my link is in the bio. It's $50 annually, and that gives you 2 websites, a drop shipping store. You don't have to have any product on hand, but this is the one product, believe you me, this is the one product that I cannot keep. I promise you. I'm no salesperson. When you have become educated about this and you share that knowledge with others, you can't keep them. You cannot keep them. And so what I do is I offer samples to women and girls when I meet them. And I mean, just wearing one, this is how confident we are. You wear one and you will notice a difference. You notice a difference. If you are accustomed to headaches, you notice that either you don't have them or it's less intense. If you have a heavy flow, it gets lighter. If you have if you have a cycle, we just talked about that. No, absolutely not. Never, ever. Why? That's a pet peeve of mine. I just talked about that. Tampons. They were designed. We got some history behind that. They were designed to actually. There was a husband that wanted to help his wife. She was a ballerina. So he created the tampon as a plug. A plug. Everything that we do during the 21, 28 days in between each cycle is toxins from, hey, welcome. So we release toxins. We inhale it, we eat it, we're wearing it, we're washing our clothes with it, we've got deodorant, everything has, unless you're doing everything yourself and you know for a fact that there's no chemicals in it, it's all natural. I'm not even gonna go with the word organic. Don't get me started with that. That's a whole nother live. But anyway, all natural. Okay? So everything was natural before GMO and organic came along. But anyway, so tampons help. Yeah, it's less messy, things like this. But we're supposed to flow every month, release those toxins. But if you're wearing a pad, it's going to stop those toxins right there in your womb, to where you're going to have fibroids and things of this nature. So we will never, ever, ever have tampons. If we do, I'll probably walk away from this company. But for right now, they are committed to never, ever. Cotton, organic, we're not doing it, because many women have developed the fibroids, have had miscarriages, and things of this nature, all attributed to toxic shock, and the harmful ingredients in sanitary napkins and in the tampons. No. So I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you said that. So we encourage women who bleed as heavy as you say you do to wear the panty liners. There's a leak guard, and there's absorbency throughout the whole panty liner. But we encourage you to wear these 1 week prior to your cycle, so that your body gets acclimated to the graphene, which is the technology that we use in the panty liners and in the pads. And I promise you, you will notice a significant difference. We're hearing women who had 6-day cycles are only bleeding 3 days. My greatest testimonial, and I keep getting after her I want her to say it on video. Just reading it just doesn't do it justice. So I did a demo for a mother, and she couldn't sit still. She's like, oh my God, where's my daughter? She needs to hear this. And I was like, well, where is she? And she's like, she's at home. And I said, well, call her. I'll wait. So hour later, the daughter shows up. I do it all over again. And I told her, I said, our women are actually looking forward to their cycles when they wear our pads. And she's like, because mind you, mother had already told me, and she admitted this of herself, that she's a bee. Around that time of the month, she's a bee. And no one wants to be around her for 2-3 days once her cycle actually comes. And so she was willing to try it. And her mother had already bought what she needed for herself and for her daughter. And she said, your cycle is coming. Get in that bathroom. Put those panty liners on now. She's like, you are already 4 days late. Put them on now. So fast forward. She has her cycle. 2 a.m. on the nose. The daughter wakes her mother up to tell her, this is so beautiful! I kid you not, that was exactly what she did. She's like, oh my God, I have never had such a beautiful experience with having my cycle. So that is the best testimonial I have had to date. Just knowing that, so that is what you need to do. Panty liners 1 week prior to your cycle, then you can do the heavy. Just for that security. There's one person that gets these pads, and because she's, this is all she does is Jewel. you know, and time, like I said, as time goes, your cycle will change, meaning that it might come on anywhere from a day to 3 days before it would normally come. Definitely shorter, definitely not as heavy. Those are the main things that, you know, we're getting. And a good thing for the youth, that the girls that are coming into their cycle, it clears the skin. So the graphene, you can again do your own due diligence and research it, is designed to heal the whole body. So that skin clears right up. And for the bloating, non-existent. And now, mind you, if you all are looking to become distributors, don't only focus on menstruating, hey, welcome, menstruating girls and women. The elderly as well as men are using them too. Let me tell you why. So our elderly, if they haven't been educated about the Kegel muscle, are experiencing, or women who have multiple children back to back, and they don't know how, or they've not been in an environment to help them to properly heal the body. Now, mind you, you can, and I know women who do, every 4.5 months, she's pregnant again. Now, I'm not saying that that doesn't happen. What I'm saying is, the body needs at least between 2 to 3 years, you know, between each child, because there's things that you should do and have done to you to help the body to heal and prepare for the next child. So, and breastfeeding is one of those things that helps to get that together. You know, that's why, you know, if you're able to breastfeed your baby right after you've had the baby, you feel contractions, and that's because it's helping the uterus to shrink back, everything to go back where it's supposed to. So, and that's why, again, in now, as far as our cycles, why we have pain, because of the uterus. The uterus, it contracts. So, it, you know, the graphene relaxes the uterus. So, now, as far as the elderly, again, they're having incontinence issues, or women who have had multiple children back to back, especially, they're having incontinence issues. They sneeze, they cough, they yell, anything too loud, too, you know, using the wrong muscles, they're going to release some urine. And the reason men are using it are one of two reasons. One is if they've had prostate surgery, if they've had, you know, cancer, prostate cancer, one of the side effects is that they will urinate on themselves. So they are using our pads and putting them in their underwear to catch the urine. And then another thing that they're using our pads for, a lot of men, there are women too, have athlete's feet. So they're putting the pads or the panty liners in their shoes, or the strip, the graphene strip, one or the other. And because it eats up the bacteria, this is why I was saying, you know, you wouldn't have any yeast infections after using our pads or the panty liners. So they put them in their shoes so that their shoes don't smell, their feet don't smell, you know. So, you know, many a times you walk in the room with some men, or you have sons, and you're like, man, it smells like Fritos or Doritos, and it's funky feet. So this is something that will help. This will help the funky feet. So many uses. This is why I'm telling you, I can't keep them. I cannot keep them. And then we have two others. There's another panty liner, it doesn't have the wings. And then we have heavy. So there's normal, heavy, super heavy, and the panty liners, and panty liners with wings. And they're all $6. Be you a distributor or a customer, $6. And as a distributor, you're paid $1.50 per pack. And why is this good to have one thing I would hope you all have learned during this pandemic, and that's not a slip of the tongue, but anyway, is especially if you're service based, you need product. You need product. And I'm telling you, when you are educated and you educate your people, you will not be able to keep them. I promise you. And the same with TLC. Now this, I'm gonna tell you, real quick. I know my body, and I've been doing things for so long that I know what's good for it, and how frequently I can take, and things of that nature. I'm starting to have problems, so I'm gonna wind up. But hey, assalamu alaikum. So for me, NRG, I can't take it. It's too strong for me. I can't take it. And plus I'm doing other things to give me energy. So, but this for me, I can't take. Maybe I'm trying to see if I can do it once a week, but that everyday thing, I can't do it. It's too strong. And that's why people are, surprised that I don't like coffee. One, I haven't found anything that I like the taste of, and then two, it's too strong. I can't. It depends. Again, you need product. I don't know where you are, but if you are not open, having these products have helped pay some bills. They've helped pay some bills. So it all depends. And so what I was going to say about this, comparing TLC to the pads, people are only going to need to lose so much weight, and then they don't need the products. They may need the NutriBurst, and if they drink the tea, as every so often to help detox, or if they drink the coffee, those would be things. Okay, inshallah. But the pads, let me tell you, this is the most residual product that I've ever come across. And the reason I say that is, again, girls are, okay, no problem. No problem. Girls are menstruating as young as 8. And I just told you, our elderly are using the pads too. So you're looking at 42 years plus, just off one person, one girl. If you follow her throughout her life, 42 years minimum. Well, depending, everybody's different when menopause hits and things of that nature. Oh, how could I forget? Hot flashes, non-existent. The mother of the girl, the lady that I told you about, this is what she got for herself. She no longer has hot flashes. So this is another selling point, or FYI. So, yeah, and you can also approach nonprofit organizations, religious institutions, if they want to do a fundraiser. We have a way to approach that. The products, we do have everyone to sell them for $10, so that the organization or religious institution gets $3 as opposed to $1.50. So if that's something you want to do, yes, we can talk about that as well. So any other questions? I don't I don't like what Instagram did. They could have took a poll to see, if this new change, would be something that we would like or we didn't. And if they were really about the people, they would have gone with whatever the majority said instead of just, putting it on us like that. But they always do that between them and Facebook. They're always changing. And maybe they only take into consideration those that are, right hand possessions, those that are right there with them, as opposed to the general public. And the reason I'm disgruntled talking about this is because I like the fact that when you do a live, you can keep it on, on your story, so that other people who didn't catch it while it was live could see it later. So this forces us, which is fine. It gives us more things to put onto our YouTube. It encourages you to establish a YouTube channel, and so it encourages you to save it to put onto YouTube. So I will be doing that as well, inshallah, Lord willing. So I want to thank everyone for, I didn't have time to invite anybody. You all just popped on, and I thank you. And again, my apologies for being MIA, but just for future reference, Allah let me reach another Ramadan. This is, if I'm still a one-woman show, that's, I have to fall back. But at least I won't be in the place where I am right now, because right now I'm trying to move things into the spa. If anything, changes, it'll be that I have my own actual building, as opposed to renting a space in someone else's building. But that would be the only other change I would foresee. And Allah knows best. So again, I want to thank you guys for joining my live. And if you have any other questions that you did not want to ask on the live, please feel free to DM me. And since some of you came in late, and if you didn't see my story, I have the special for June. It was actually what I was trying to do for May, but I realized, having moved into the spot that I've moved into, I wasn't as ready as I need to be, and having people to come there for their appointments. So that is why I just made it for June. So I will be posting that, so anybody who's interested can book, or you can DM me and let me know that, which of the offers you were interested in. I know you see the TLC products, so you really don't know what that's about. And you can also look for this. I'll post, save this and upload it to YouTube, so that you all can, look at it again. Because I don't even know what time I started, but I don't want to run into getting cut off or whatever. I know that's still an hour. I think if they're going to make it to where you can't keep your lives on your stories, that they should at least let you go live as long as you want to go live. That's just me. But I do have some things that I need to do, and in addition to what I just said I was going to do, that will come much later in the evening, inshallah. So you all take care, be resilient, and have a good evening, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.